Hi there, this is Art and Such with my Rainbow Loom tutorial for Rumplestiltskin from Shrek. Been a while since I've done any Rainbow Loom. Fortunately, I haven't had a lot of time lately and got a bit of time coming up, so I wanted to go back to my list and get some things done. For this pattern, you're going to need your loom in the standard offset configuration, a hook, and if you'd like, you can have a second hook on hand. And for this pattern, I'm using yellow skin tone bands, caramel brown, silver, darker brown, and a third shade of brown. Now, if you don't have all of these colors, you can go for a different color scheme or reuse the same brown more than once. For the eyes, I originally used a couple of small blue beads. This time around, I'm just going to put a couple of blue bands on. You'll see it a little more clearly in the video. Yeah, so I think we're ready to start. We'll do the arms first, and we're going to take 2 skin tone bands, wrap them onto the hook once and twice, and then I'm going to my caramel color, and I'm going to take a single, stretch, twist, double it, stretch, twist, double it back onto itself, pull it through, and we're going to do that part 10 more times. So we'll have a total of 11. You know, this feels a little long. I think we'll do a total of 10 doubled over singles. You can adjust that as well if you want it a little longer or a little shorter. So that will be my second one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Last one. And you can leave this where it is or put it onto a holding hook. We'll do the same thing to make the second arm. So 2 skin tone bands, wrap them on the hook. 1, 2, 3, and onto 10 doubled over single caramel. And 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, put your arms to the side or push them down on the hook. I think that's what I'm going to do. Set those caramels aside, and we're going to go for a darker brown. Now you can decide. I made my feet a little extra long so that they could have a little bit of a curl, but since it stayed mostly straight, you might find that you want to make it a touch shorter. So when we do these double bands here, I'll tell you when, if you choose not to have quite as much. That's entirely up to you. Oh, where did I put my other? Yeah, no, that's right. I think these were my other browns that I was using. There they are. Okay, so for the feet, we'll start with 1 single. This is a darker brown. Wrap it 1, 2, 3 times. Pull it onto a doubled over single. And at this point, if you want your foot to be a little bit shorter, you can skip the next doubled over single, or you can include that as well. I think I'm gonna skip it just so you can see what this looks like otherwise. But originally I did do another doubled over single here. So the third piece would be a third doubled over single. But what I'll be doing is putting in a yellow in between here. So Like I said, I've left out one of the doubled over singles that I originally used. Take a yellow, wrap it on the hook 1, 2, 3, or 4 times, and take that first foot piece, bring the 2 loops over the yellow so that it's sitting, oops, in the middle. So last time, I'll just say this one more time, you could have another doubled over single right there. And this is going to go onto 2 brown bands. Slide it all on, try and keep it, oops, in order if you can. Stuck in there. What did I do? Hold on. That's so funny, it's caught under something. Doesn't usually happen. There we go. Let's try that again. Okay. I think it's just a little too tight on here. And if you are having that same struggle, you can wrap your yellow fewer times. One more. I'm just getting it through that one too. Okay, we should be good. Try and center those yellows. And now we can put this onto the next doubled over single. Also in brown. And this brings the foot back together. Closes it in a little bit. So this is the shorter, this is the longer. You can compare. They look pretty similar actually. And I'm going to switch to a different brown. If you don't have another brown, you could probably get away with using the same one or a different color. But I've got a shade here that's a little darker than the caramel and a little lighter than the foot one. And we'll use 5 sets of double bands. So take 2 together, put them on the end, slide it through, and repeat 4 more times. I'm going to center that out a little. And last one. Oh, no, 2 more. Now for the silver part, and you could use a gray or a green or a different shade of brown there as well. The silver part here, I had a terrible time. I tried this like 4 different ways using a monster tail on gaps in the loom, and it all came out horrible. So I actually found an easier way, which this as well. It will require the use of many bands, so if you have a method that you'd like to do instead, go for it. But this is pretty effective. So all I did is I took 10 silver bands, bunch them up together, and you can put this onto your loom and hook it off if that's easier. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Tried to keep them somewhat in order, and I slid my browns over. So as I said, do it on the loom if you're not feeling comfortable. Put it back. Slide it down a little bit, and we take another 5 silver. 5, and that's going to go through as well. So now 5 through, and this closes the roundness of it, I guess you could say. Put that on. And so there we go. And the last thing was, we're going to put it on 2 silvers, but I'm going to wait till the other leg is ready and put them on together. So that's your leg, just leave it there for now, or put it on another hook. We'll make the other leg in the same way. So we take one, wrap it on the hook, onto a doubled over single. If you choose, you can make a second doubled over single, and then the next doubled over single will have that yellow on it. So put that on, grab your yellow. You could use a gold or gel yellow as well, 3 to 4 times. Bring the first part of the foot over so it's sitting in the middle. This goes on to 2 brown. And this is the dark brown we're using again. See if I can make this one go on a little bit better. close it up, pop it back on, and then onto a doubled over single, same color. If you've got another color you're using for the legs, you can switch now, and we'll do 5 sets of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll go back to the silver. And grab 10 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Make sure that hooks all the way through. Bring your browns all the way over and replace. Sounded like a laundry. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And run that through, and then we'll take 2 more silvers in just a second here. Make sure I've got the right ones. And these 2 can go through both sets of legs. So on the end of the hook, slide leg 1 over, and then slide leg 2 over. I'm just going to close that up and leave it there for the moment, and we'll go to the loom. Okay, I'm going to use this arm caramel for the hair as well. If you want to use more of an orange, you can do that, of course. I'm going to take 2 bands of that caramel hair color, and I'm going to take, I think I used 2 singles. I'm going to go wrap once and twice, wrap once and twice, and slide onto those 2 and place onto the top pegs on center and side. Repeat for the other side. Wrap 1, wrap 2. Now if you want to make his hair more spiky, you could do a doubled over single and put it onto a single or doubled over single and attach those, but I think this looks okay and it's way easier. It's actually kind of cute, and this method ends up making automatic eyebrows. I don't know if you can see that, but it gives you an eyebrow without having to add it. It will leave a little bit of space though, so if you're not wanting that little gap, then you can leave those out or try a different approach. But this worked, I think this worked okay for me. I'm satisfied with it. We're going to come down once on either side with double caramel. Now you can also add more like sideburns by doing a side extension. I opted against that this time. Switch to skin tone. I'm using the pinkier one, but I don't think it matters so much which you choose. Top center to the second center with double bands, and then come down 2 more times in the middle. And on either side we'll come down 1 time with double pink, or skin tone, I should say. You might not be using the pink exactly, that's just fine. And into the middle with double bands. So that's from the 3rd side pegs to the 4th center pegs. I'll show you this in just a second here. I'm going to try to layer that center one carefully because we're going to be stacking more on top. Alright, let's do the eye next, the eyes. So if you're using beads, you can use floss or your hook to help thread them on. If you're using bands, I'll get you to pick your color, wrap it on the hook 1, 2, 3 times. This is one eye, and the other eye, 2, 3. Now if these are beads, you can get them off the hook onto your single skin tone by just pushing them over, as I'm doing here with the bands. if you've got beads with a smaller hole, you'll want to use a piece of floss or wire to thread them on. You can find that method in several of my videos, or several videos in general. I'm going to put this over the second pegs down on either side, whether it's bands or beads, and then I'm going to take one section of the band and bring it up over the second center. And our next one is just going to be a single holding band. So take a single, bring it across the third pegs down in a triangular formation. And I'm going to give them some cute little ears. For that, we take a single skin tone, and I'm just going to find one that's a little stretched already here. Wrap it on the hook nice and tight. 1, 2, 3, could even do 4. And take a single skin tone, stretch, twist, double it over, pull it through. Place that onto the second peg down over the band with the eyes. Repeat for the opposite side. Single, wrapped. I don't know why I always end up going to the left there. I'm really not trying to. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and tight. And twist a second one, bring it through. Slide onto the second peg down on the opposite side. So this is everything you need for the face, and we're going to move on to the body. There we go. All right. Okay, so the colors you're going to need handy here right away are caramel and dark brown. Now if you're short on caramel and you want to use more dark brown at the top, just make sure you've got one caramel in there. I'm going to do it as I originally did and have caramel under that orange, even if it's not going to show. So let's see. I don't think I took a very good picture here, but we'll figure it out. On either side, no, from the, fourth center to the fourth side, double dark browns, the vest color. Repeat, going down the opposite direction. And in the middle, we'll come down with 3 sets of double caramel. On either side, we've got 4 sets of that dark brown double bands. So start that at the 4th peg down, put 2 on towards the next peg, and repeat. 2, 3, and 4. Opposite side, same thing. And in the middle, we're gonna want to put that yellow on right away. So let's take 2 of our darker color. That's a little stretchy. I'm gonna take it yellow, wrap it on the hook. 1, 2, 3 times. 2 or 3 times. Okay. Put it onto 2 and put those from the, I think that's our 7th peg down to our 8th peg down. I'll count it for you in just a second. And no, that's the 7th to 8th. So that's the body so far. And I feel like we've got one more than we need here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, on either side you can take off 1 set of those double brown. And now we can take those silver legs and you'll place the band from the 7th side to the 7th side. So it's going to stretch across the piece with the belts. This is nice because it's going to serve as a capping band as well. Like so. The arms will go down onto the 4th pegs from the top. You'll want to try to place them such that they're curling in. That might mean flipping one of the arms upside down, or just picking selectively which arm it goes on. See, this one I can see if I put it on like so, it's going to curl out. So you can use another hook if you like to flip it over. I'm just going to bring it on from upside down, which is a little awkward, but yeah, it's going to curl in. Okay, we need some folding bands, and then we should be ready to loop this up. So I'm going to use the color I've got on the outside, which is the darker brown, and we'll bring this across your 5th pegs down. So right under the arm, make a triangle, and one below that, and you can do one more below that if you choose. It's a little awkward because that silver's pretty thick, but maybe not a bad idea. You know what, I'm going to take that bottom one off, or you can combine it with the next piece and make that a diamond instead of a triangle. Okay, we're ready to start looping. So I'm going to go to the side, reach through that silver piece, get the bottom 2, the brown, bring them up and forward onto the next peg, push back, loop forward, and up to the arm. Okay, from under the arm, we'll get the bottom 2 brown and bring them to the center 4th, and we've looped up one side. Go back to the other side, we'll do the same thing. So through the silver, get your bottom 2. You can turn your loom to the side if you need to get a better view or grip. Push back those holding bands, come up to the arm, and then from inside the arm, get the bottom 2, bring it to the center. Now, middle row is a little more complicated just because we've got that belt piece. Okay. So grab the 2 brown from under the leg piece and carefully lift them off, put them on your finger. I'm going to turn this loom around hopefully so you can see it a little better. And I'm going to reach for those yellows and reach through those yellows. Get those 2 brown and scoop them through. And then put those onto the next peg up. I thought I should have some silver here, but I was looking at my original and we do have a little bit of brown coming over, and that's completely okay. Now we reach under that belt piece, get the next 2 caramel, bring them forward, and loop up until that 4th peg from the top. If your loom is getting a little tense here, you can loosen up some of the lower pieces or leave them as they are if you choose. It's all okay. This part's going to be a little bit tricky, but just take your time. You'll be fine. We're going to find the top 2 skin tone under that 4th peg. Reach through the browns and caramels. Get a hold of those top 2 skin tone and bring them over to the side. In my case, it's the left side or the closer side to me. And I'm going to loop up once and twice on that side to secure. And I'll stop at the top. Go back into that 4th center peg for the next 2. You can see I'm bringing them up one at a time because in this case it's working out to be more easy that way. This is another time when you might find yourself wanting to turn your loom around to get a better reach, or pulling the bands out to the side before looping. Whatever makes it easier is all good. Loop up once, push back the eye band and the ear band, get those caramels, loop up again. And in the middle now, go back for the last 2, bring them forward, loop up and loop up. And we're just about at the last step, although we'll also have to put that yellow on, but that's easy. Okay, last part, we're going to do what we did with the belt. I'm trying to think how I can show this so you can see it best, but we'll just try it. Bring those last 2 from the top side up, hold them with your finger or put it on a hook. And you're going to come down through the looped bands. I really want to try and get through all of them. This will make it so that the curl shows up on both sides. And then take those 2 and bring them through. And put it on the top center peg. Same thing for the other side. Now you might even find it's easier to, we'll try it this way, put your hook through and then use your fingers or another hook to grab the other piece and slide it over. If you feel like safer doing that, that's cool. Slide it through and put it on. And we're gonna get a hair colored band. Take 2 if you want. Put it on your fingers. Take the hook and point the open part away from you. Push it down through all the bands in the top center peg. Grab the band from your finger and slide it up. And as you slide, you want to turn so that the open part of the hook is facing upwards. Put the other side on and pull one over the end of the hook to create a slip knot. Okay, hold on to that or put it on a C-clip or hook, and we're going to loosen the rest of this baby from the loom. You want to do this carefully and start towards the top and work your way downwards. If it comes out a little bit funny, don't worry, we'll adjust and arrange his features in just a minute. He's so impatient at this point. I just want to wrap this up. His fingers going through his gut there, his hands. Okay. All right. So you can decide which side you want for the front or the back. And I'd like this side for the front just because the caramel's all showing, even though we're going to cover it. Turn it to the back. Make sure your eyes are where you want them. Go under a couple of bands and pull your slip knot band through. And that can go onto a C-clip. Now you can see just because we made the legs so bulky, it's going to stretch a little bit here. So you can turn to the back, go through a couple of side pieces, a couple of center pieces, and a side piece, and pull through, make it a little bit tighter if that's something that you'd like. And that can go onto a C-clip as well. I'm just going to throw another one on here. You can connect one piece to the other C-clip, but it takes a little weaving, which I'm not going to trouble with right now. And then for our yellows, for the kind of ascot there, take a yellow, wrap it once or twice, put it onto 2 bands. So clumsy today. And replace, and I think I just used 1 band for the last part. And I'll put one side of it over the other and place this over the head. And then I'm gonna go through from, let's see, let's find the bottom here. So stretch it out just a little bit. And we'll come through from the back. Grab one piece of the tie, wherever you'd like it to sit here. Slide it through, maybe a little lower. I'm going to come in right in the middle of that bottommost caramel. I'll grab one piece from the bottom of that yellow chain and slide it to the back. You can make it tight or loose as you please, and put that onto that C-clip that's sitting there. And just for that top C-clip, one last finishing thing. I don't like my C-clips flopping about, so I'm going to put this under just another nearby band. And there he is. Oh, I did have one other pointer. The legs might be a little bit loose. If you want those to sit closer together, go through 1 or 2 from one side on the back. Pull one from the other side, and you can C-clip that as well, and that will make it a little more snug, although you should probably be okay as is. Okay, let me lay them down. I personally preferred it with the beaded eyes, but I felt it gave better shape to the face. But the method is the same, just so you know. All right, I'm gonna get this up on YouTube, and hopefully I can get through some more of my long-standing Rainbow Loom to-do list. If there's anything else you'd like to see, or you'd like to share some of your finished projects, please drop me a line, send me a message. All right, be sure to subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye.